What's going on, guys? My name is Joseph, aka Swagilyph. Today I got a game against my buddy Tommy. Basically what I've got is a sticky web team, which is kind of like, got some slow things that are pretty fucking powerful, like the Darmanitan and the Mega Garchomp, and then I've got a Specs Wailord, because Specs Wailord is fucking funny. And then I've got the core of Blissey and Cofagrigus, which I think is pretty good, and then obviously the sticky web lead. It's got a Mega fucking Charizard. Those things are always fucking spooky. Like the Y just fucking tears through teams. Like the X are usually not that bad, but the Ys are spooky. Got a Mienshao, don't know what kind it is. Starmie could be defensive or offensive. Noivern obviously offensive, and then he's got a Camerupt. I kind of figure it's defensive because why would you not use a defensive Camerupt? I mean, I guess there's the offensive one, but it's kind of irrelevant. So we're starting off, and obviously, I'm going to lead off with the Sticky Web guy, because it's a Sash Galvantula. What reason would I have to not lead off with it? He's going to go for this, and I'm like, I don't want to lose my Sash. You're going to go for the Fake Out, and that's just not good for me. So I'm going to switch into Spook, the Cofagrigus. I fucking love this Pokemon. This is just, it's one of my favorite Pokemon, and it looks so good on Wi-Fi. So he's going to U-turn out of there, turns it into Mummy, so if he, for whatever reason, was Life Orb Regenerator, which I don't see, then he wouldn't get the health back. And I know he can't do anything to me, so I'm just going to start setting up T-Spikes, and this thing, it doesn't particularly scare me either, but I'm going to switch out because I don't want to get burned, and I'm a physical wall, and he's obviously a special attacker. So it goes for that Fire Blast, and that's just going to do jack all to Blissey. Now, what I can do here is I can go for a Toxic to toxic this thing, assuming it's going to stay in, or I can just go for a Seismic Toss. But the thing is, I'm a minimized Blissey, which is pretty fucking evil, and that's the whole point of this video. You'll see it at the end. It's pretty funny. So I go for the Toxic just because I want to fucking Toxic something, because I think maybe he's going to stay in. He doesn't really have a reason to, but he's going to go into this. I expect him to go for the Rapid Spin, so I'm going to switch back out into Cofagrigus, and he knows I'm going to do it, so he just goes for the Scald, and that does a hefty chunk to me, and I get fucking burned anyway, so I guess the whole point of switching out was just, like, I got burned anyway. I switched out because I didn't want to get burned, and then I get burned anyway. So, he's going to go for the Psychic, and that's easily going to take me out because I'm not physically defensive. Like, I know a lot of people like to run the specially defensive one, even though it's got good physical defense, and it's too good. So I come out with this, and I don't outspeed it, but he can't kill me in one hit, so there's no reason for me to not just go for a Bug Buzz. And I know he's going to switch into this if he does switch into anything, but I want to get up to Sticky Web because I didn't get that up prior. So now my Darmanitan and my Garchomp are huge fucking threats. And Wailord. Like, I'm not even sure Wailord does anything in this game, but, like, I fucking love Wailord. So I go for the Bug Buzz just to see how much it's going to do, and it does a decent chunk, which tells me that he is offensive and not defensive. It's probably Rock Polish, Ancient Power, Fire Blast, and I don't know what the fuck else they get. So I'm going to switch out back into Blissey. No, Garchomp. Switch out into Garchomp because the Fire Blast isn't going to do anything. And he makes a nice play and goes for the Ancient Power just because Fire Blast probably... Well, no, Fire Blast probably would have done more. It's irrelevant. So I know he can either attack me or he can switch out. Either way, I'm going to Mega Evolve and get up a Hone Claws because this is a bulky Hone Claw set. It's like 252 in HP, a little bit in attack, and most of it in defense, so at level 100 it averages out to 400 HP, 400 attack, and the thing can take hits. So he goes for the Earthquake, which is going to do a decent amount, but it's irrelevant to me. So he comes in with the Charizard. Charizard not affected by the Sticky Web. Still not sure if it's X or Y. Turns out to be the X, which normally would not be a problem, but my Cofagrigus is dead, and he doesn't get affected by the Sticky Web, so I just fucking die to a Dragon Claw, which sucks, because if I would have went for the Dragon Rush, it absolutely would have fucking OHKO'd it, and there it is. But I go for the Darmanitan, maybe I can fake the Scarf, and he goes for the Earthquake, and I fucking live that shit. I live that shit with 9 HP. Darmanitan, not the bulkiest thing in the world. When that happened, I was fucking jumping. I was like, no, there's no fucking way. So he comes in with the Mienshao, and obviously he's slower, so I will outspeed him, but he's going to go for the Fake Out. I don't want to take the Fake Out. I'm just going to let something else take it, so I go into Galvantula and let that die, because Darmanitan could be useful later. You know, he's a fucking powerhouse. Like, I still have one good Flare Blitz in me. So he's poisoned now, and that's good for me, but I'm going to go back into Darmanitan because I know he can't Fake Out me, which is the only thing I'm scared of that. And I'm just going to go for an Earthquake, and he goes into this. I'm like, well, fuck. Now I have to switch back out because I still don't want to lose this because aside from, you know, this and the Fake Out, it's still useful. Basically what I'm trying to get at. So I'm going to switch into Blissey, and Blissey cannot be touched. So I think now maybe is a good time to start minimizing, but I don't want to because I know he's still got the Dragonite. He's going to switch back out into this because this can just fucking clean take me out. But he is poisoned. He does have the Sticky Web. I know he's going to go back into it, so I switch out and go into Darmanitan. because I need it to die. Like, I just need the thing to die now. He can keep bringing in the fucking Mian Shao and threatening me out. So, get a little bit more toxic damage off on him. Go back into, or no, not go back into, go into the first time Kathy Bates, the fucking Wailord, because Specs Wailord is just the shit. Now, I go for the Ice Beam knowing he's still got the Dragonite left. Maybe he wants to switch out into that, predicting a Water Spout. And obviously, I don't want to take a T-Bolt, even though at this point I might still outspeed. So I'm just going to switch back into Blissey. And Wailord not doing as much as I hoped it would do this game, because like I've played other games where it just swept half a team, and it's really funny because it's a fucking Wailord. So now the evil is going to begin. Basically, I'm going to go into this and start minimizing. And I know he's got the Dragonite around, but I know he has to stay in here for at least one turn, which lets me get up 1 minimize, 2 after he switches out, and he just can't touch me. Now I'm going to Toxic all of his things and slowly let them die. And I felt fucking horrible doing this, but I was just like, this is the funniest, most evil thing you could possibly fucking do on Wi-Fi, so why would I not? Like, there's no rules. I can do whatever I want. I can come in here with, you know, the sand evasion abilities on Pokemon, and I can do whatever I want. So, basically, the Dragonite's just going to die to Toxic, and aside from that, he has nothing to hit me with. Like, it's all special attackers, and that's one of the rules of the game. If you only have special attackers left and the other guy has a Blissey, you lose. Like, it's just that simple. So, he can't fucking hit me. Basically, that was the whole commentary. If you guys enjoyed it, please let me know if this does end up making it. If this ends up making it on Mag's channel. Thank you very much, dude, and I'll see you guys later.